Okay guys, so we're back. This is one of those breaking news videos, and we're going to be talking about Marvel TV, which many of us here at CBC love, and it's of course part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it takes the long-form storytelling.
It allows us to have a lot more time to be able to get to know the characters, which is probably one of the reasons why I almost love the TV shows more than the actual cinematic universe.
Yeah, more investment into the smaller side of the MCU. So let's talk about the big Disney initiative on their streaming service. Okay guys, so reputable trades are known for being reputable. This isn't fake sources or anything. These guys go out there and report on big things. Undoubtedly, you've seen this. Variety just dropped a mega bombshell, more or less. Now, reminder, these guys originally were one at the forefront of dropping all the, major Netflix news when it hit before it was ever confirmed. And they knew what shows were coming and what the Defenders was going to be. And this time, Disney seems to be going insane. She actually doesn't know what this is.
No.
I'm sharing a video and I'm going to tell you. So, Disney, for their streaming service, is going to spend top dollar on developing TV series, focusing on MCU movie characters, starring Scarlet Witch, Loki, and Spider-Man.
Oh!
Okay.
So, the characters that we feel that don't have enough backstory, besides Spider-Man, we've had multiple movies of him and everything, but the new Spider-Man we really don't know too terribly much about. So, Loki and Scarlet Witch are two characters that you almost kind of want to sit there and be like, hey, I kind of want to know a little bit more, especially when it came to, like, Age of Ultron. When that movie came out and we had that little bit of Scarlet Witch dealing with her memory and everything, it allowed us to see a lot more into different characters, so being able to have...
To further explore that, really. So here's the thing, these three are the big ones that I guess getting put at the forefront that they want. The article is saying it's a pretty hefty budget, and it's comparable to the movies, so...
think of the actors alone, like, if you're
the
getting
actors
them.
alone, right? I mean, just imagine you're getting Tom Holland, let's say, because that's going to be the primary one that everybody's going to be talking about. You're getting Tom Holland, you're probably paying him movie money, which guaranteed he's younger, so they got him for cheaper, but on top of this, you're going into budget with Spider-Man. So you're probably looking at $200 million, or 150 to 200 for 6 to 8 episodes, this is saying. Now, that's pretty big. Especially
the fact that he is a character that is so CG driven. Unless the way that they're going to kind of cut back on costs is we're going to know the more everyday life of Spider-Man.
Perfect.
Instead of Spider-Man.
Well, how about this? We know that the movies are the spectacle, right?
Yes.
The TV shows are corners of the MCU that are not as big. They're not as impactful. You take the movies and make these, of course, the spectacles for Spider-Man, for Scarlet Witch, for Loki, whatever you will, right? But the TV show, what if we are just exploring a more minor facet of that? I mean, Spider-Man's not going to fight Otto Octavius, right? He's not going to fight anybody of that level. But realistically, Peter fighting Hammerhead, suddenly 8 episodes, you're like, you know what, taking down a small crime or Tombstone or someone, you're like, okay, so this could work, like, especially if they do a new modern Tombstone, like the new Marvel Spider-Man, where he's like a biker gang and stuff.
And that would just make it that much better, because obviously, if we just did that alone, we had Tombstone and his new biker look. Bikers currently right now have such a good... more of a positive light, positive in quotation marks, because we had shows like Sons of Anarchy and now Mayans. That would be a perfect way to kind of just piggyback on the current hype that we already have with those type of biker shows, and have Spider-Man kind of infiltrating and figuring out what's going on with the little mini crimes.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like, as much as I love the movies, and I do, trust me, you guys know this, I do, I always advocate for the TV shows because, like, in the entire time I've been following Daredevil, we know who Daredevil is, his day-to-day life, his section of New York, and it just, you get to live with him. Now imagine following Spider-Man when he goes to school on a normal day, and a relationship problem, things like that, that doesn't have to be rushed in a movie. I mean, you're looking at, let's say, 8 one-hour episodes.
Yeah.
That's 4 movies worth.
That is.
That's awesome, you know? Like, that's huge.
And in the article, do they say anything about the timing? Because obviously...
Nothing. The report is inside sources have confirmed to them this is what's in development, because Disney wants to come out there with the streaming service and
really they want to have a whole bunch available.
I think something like this, honestly, this is the winning form of attack, because DC Universe is doing it a certain way where it's just DC on the service. It might work for the hardcore fan, but it's still disconnected from everything. Marvel can't disconnect from everything because everybody has the mentality everything has to work together.
And it'll be really interesting because if we're getting Loki, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen, he's kind of dead.
Do you think maybe this could fill in parts of his life that we haven't seen?
That would be very interesting. Like maybe why and how he got to be friends with the Grandmaster. I know he quickly stated it, but But Scarlet Witch, I feel she's going to be the best, and this is actually very smart because they have Quicksilver's character. They had him on for what, 4 movies.
Aaron Taylor Johnson signed 3 to 4, I believe, and the rest were the revolving. So if they bring him back, they have to pay him. If they don't, they don't.
So this is a great way to be able to fulfill parts of his contract.
Right, imagine going back to that and exploring their relationship, or even bringing him back, because they do hint at that he could be coming back live. And we don't know how time manipulation stuff's going to work. So
especially since, like, as of right now, they have confirmed everything that's currently on TV is prior to the snap.
Right,
so is this particular series going to be something that happens after?
I think this will all be part of the initiative. Everything's going to be after, because it's just the way they're going, because this is still years away. We're talking probably 1.5 to 2 years till the first one premieres, so
I'm thinking Loki's the only one that can't, unless something big happens in Avengers 4 that allows him to come back to life. So you guys will probably see one of our friends commenting hugely about this. He actually currently cosplays as him, and quick little story, when we did the premiere of it in costume, he made a spectacle screaming, "Come on, you guys had to kill me in the first 5 minutes." So
Thanos stood up in the front and yelled back at him, so it worked out.
You deserved it.
But I think overall, this is another Marvel Disney victory. There is no one that's going to watch Spider-Man and go, I don't know if I want to follow this. Of course you're going to want to follow this.
The thing, especially with Spider-Man, how many different shows have we gotten that almost every single one of them people have loved in their own way?
Right.
So you've got people who love Spectacular Spider-Man, the OG Spider-Man, the current run of Spider-Man. And they had very different stories. So it's going to be fantastic to kind of play upon Tom Holland.
Right.
So they've got to be putting some duct tape on that child's mouth, because
he's spoiling everything.
Always spoiling everything.
So, I guess we're going to end it here with the breaking news report, but catch up with us in the next video, because we actually have another one we recorded before this where we talk about Marvel TV in general, which will be up in about a day or two, and a follow-up to this one talking about the possibilities.